Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to continue with my Learn to Play of Dragon's Down, the adventure RPG board game by Scott Demers. In my first episode I fumbled about learning how to create a character, what these cubes were about, and I tried to take my first turn, but I realized that I did not set up the game correctly because we do not start in the keep tile. What I learned after reading more thoroughly is we start through an edge of the board, an edge of one of these hexes. So we're going to come in through this edge here by the Barrens tile. So we start on clearing number 4, which is a forest. And that, I believe, takes a move point. So we have 3 actions left. Just to quickly review, we have the actions phase, which is our actions. Alright, we have 4 actions to do things. And then there is the battle phase, I believe it's called. Yep, the battle phase where the monsters activate or summon. So I created a dwarf warrior. It tells you to set up the board, and it gave me 3 health, gave me 3 red cubes, gave me 4 brown cubes, and we'll learn more about that and what they do. So in my next action here in the Barrens, well, actually before I take an action, I almost forgot. When you enter a new tile, if there are no tokens on the tile, you must place tokens. So let me read quickly about that. When a hero enters a map tile that does not contain any treasure site, civilization, or wilderness tokens, place tokens in the tile. So this is a wilderness token. I draw 1 random token from the matching terrain setup card, which is the mountains, and reveal it on the tile. And then follow the instructions for the token drawn. So this is a wilderness mountain tile, right? So we're going to go to our terrain setup, which is right here. And here are the tokens. I'm going to give it a shuffle and draw 1 out of there. It's a treasure. All right, what does it say under treasure? Draw a treasure from the top of the treasure pile, not the deep treasure pile. The hero may equip the card immediately. All right, well, we're getting a treasure. Awesome. The treasure pile is right here. I draw the top card. We found a potion of energy. I don't know what any of that means. We'll read about it. You know, what I should have done before beginning here is I should have rearranged everything so we didn't have to keep on moving the camera. Maybe I could still do that. This I was able to do last time. I have to unlock everything. I could pick everything up at once. I could swivel it around and I could put it right there. They're on the hexes, right? So now I can lock them back down. What happened? Okay, now they're locked. Here's the tricky part. I wanna take my whole player mat and all these things too. All right, that worked. My reference card. These might be built into the board. Oh, no, I got it. Oh, maybe I can only do them one at a time. That's my hit points. What is that? Fame? This is my gold. Good enough. That's the potion I just found. I don't know what the small token is used for. The big token is used to represent your character on the screen. This is the counter I spawned to represent my actions remaining. These are cube banks. I should take these over there as well. L locks and unlocks items in Tabletop Simulator, in case you're wondering. Very handy. These you want to lock because when you go in here and try to grab a cube out of there, you'll pick up the whole thing by accident, probably. Same thing with the tiles, with the map tiles. It's better to lock them. You can always unlock them if you have to adjust them again or move them, replace them. But locking is definitely a really great feature in Tabletop Simulator. My dice. I could leave the dice there, right? Okay, this is going to be much better and easier for everybody to deal with because I won't be spinning the camera. This is another part of setup I forgot to do. I don't know the significance yet of these, but the Knight Leader, the Knight, and the Knight 3 are all piled here in the keep hex, the keep tile, on clearing number 3. There's also a scholar at the keep. The scholar is in the locations. So we'll put the scholar here too. All right. Potion of energy. I wonder what that does. We can move our rulebook here too. I'm sure there's a place in here that explains the treasures. Alright, that symbol of a potion means one-time use. So this is a one-time use item. Then we've got this symbol here. It says combat. The effects of this treasure last for the duration of combat. Once combat is over, the effects are terminated. So that's the second icon on the card. And then the third icon is the shovel and the pickaxe. Where is that? Here it is. It's position miscellaneous. This card is placed on one of the hero's miscellaneous locations. Doesn't matter which one. When active, and placed face down in the backpack when inactive. So it's inactive, and it's going to go in my backpack face down. Oh, see, some of my cards got a little messed up in the move. I didn't lock this. Oh my god. See, this is what I was afraid of. Lock that. This is a barrier for people who aren't familiar with Tabletop Simulator. It takes a while to learn how to control the board and to move things around. It took me hours, but I think I've got more hours in this than I have at any other game on Steam. There is snapping here. That's an issue. I may have to try and figure out how to turn snapping off. But for now, we can just leave that like that. Put my gear back. So now we're good. All right. All right, I have 3 actions left. I could try to move. Each position I move to is going to be a mountain position, which means I have to use 1 extra action to get there. These are caves, and it doesn't look like I can access these caves unless I get to this clearing, number 1, and then search for a hidden passage to get to that. You think maybe I should do that? Or should I go directly to the scholar? Let's explore this hex a little bit. So I'm going to use 1 action to get to this clearing. It's a cave clearing, so the rules say you must spend another action. So I have one action left, which prevents me from moving again. But that's fine, because I think from what I've read and from the videos, I did watch a few videos of gameplay, and it seems like hiding is a big part of this, because at early stages it's going to be very difficult to defeat enemies. So I'm going to prepare to hide, and by doing that you search. Sorry, not search. What am I saying? Sneak. You sneak. And to do a sneak, you spend an action. You get a pink cube, and you put it up here on your player mat to cover that symbol, and now I'm sneaking. What sneak does is it allows you to re-roll a fail when you roll to hide. So hiding is the actual, getting out of the way of monsters or preventing them from blocking you. Sneaking is just giving you a bonus to hide. Now, you might have remembered in the last video, I explained that in the beginning of the activation, you have to clear all of your statuses, right? So I would actually have to take this pink cube off. But remember, when my turn is done, it's the battle phase. So let's go to the battle phase. So I'll be sneaking at the start of the monster activation, which is good. So this was a little confusing. I read over it, and I had some questions, but I got it cleared up for this video, so I don't look as clueless as I did last time. This die is not one of the dice we have to roll. These 4 dice are the monster summoning dice. The black ones actually are going to summon them in certain areas. And, well, that's not true here. The black ones are local. They're called local summoning dice, and the gray ones are called wandering monster dice. So the local ones have an area where they will spawn, and then the number of creatures that will spawn. Same with the wandering. The wandering monsters have the area they'll spawn in and the number of creatures. So according to the battle phase and monster activation, we roll these right away. All right, it tells you in the chat box. It's handy. It tells you what you rolled. But if it tells you, you won't really know what that means. You have to consult the map. So let's put these next to the map. For some reason, I can't spin these dice. I thought I was able to spin dice in other mods, but in this mod you can't. You have to leave them upside down or wherever. All right, so we're looking at symbols, okay? We're looking at these 2 symbols. This symbol means what? It means adult dragons. And you can see it here on narrow bridges. That's the symbol that I rolled. And that's on the local dice. Now let's see what this says about the local dice. So first of all, you roll the dice, and then the symbols have matching icons on the bottom of the map tiles, like I just showed. The other dice contain numbers that reference how many monsters arrive if they are summoned. Process the gray first, then the black. Process the gray, then the black. So we didn't get any return arrows. We don't have to worry about that. If the symbol on either die matches a summoning symbol on a map tile containing a hero, that was the question I had that I had to make sure of. The following occurs. Monsters move, monsters summon, treasure site, and so on. But as you can tell, as you can see here, there is no adult dragons on my tile here. I'm on the Barrens. Now this symbol here, what does that mean? You have to look around the map to see if it's even out here. And I don't see it. I don't see it. So this symbol is not even in the mountains. So it's irrelevant. And so are the numbers. So nothing spawns. I think we got lucky. If I'm doing that right. Because again, the symbol has to appear in the tile where there is a hero. So this is a solo game, and there's only me. Now, there could be additional solo rules that I haven't gotten to, because honestly, I have not read the whole rulebook. But I don't think there are special solo rules, actually. I think that the game operates 1 through 4 or 5 players. I forget the player count. with the same exact rules. It's just that, you know, you take turns, and it is well, at least Magic Realm was a semi co-op game where you would. It could even be a PvP game where you're really just out in an open world sandbox trying to do your thing and gain points to win. You can help others. You can try to interfere with others. You can even try to kill others. So it says here that monsters move. Monsters in the clearing with the hero do not move. All other monsters on the map are moved to the clearing of the hero that is closest to the start player in the turn. Well, the start player is always going to be me here. And then monsters summon, and I read this already, they will only summon to a map tile if there is a hero on it. And then it says here, if there's more than one hero, monsters will summon in each clearing, starting with the player closest to the start player. And each clearing will only ever get one summon, regardless of how many heroes that are there. In case you're playing multiplayer, these are rules you probably want to know. All right, treasure site symbol. If the treasure site symbol is rolled on one of the dice and a map tile contains one or more heroes and one or more treasure sites, then guardians are summoned. So that could have happened here on my tile on the Barrens, because there is a treasure site. There is a treasure site here, but we didn't get any matching symbols. All right, let's just keep going on here with the battle phase and make sure I get it all done before it's our turn again. All right, there's no combat because there's no enemies. Ambush. Hidden heroes may not do the target, hero tactics, or resolve steps. I'm going to skip combat for now. And then cleanup. End of round cleanup steps. Adjust equipment, rearm, hide. If a hero casts a spell or use an item or treasure this combat round, they must roll to stay hidden. Spells wound. And then it goes on and gives you details on wounds, monster death, hero death, and end of combat. When combat is completed, a few things happen, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read combat until we're in combat. Then we'll go through it. So that's it. That is the end of turn 1. Now, I do have to keep track of turns because if you remember in the scenario, what was the scenario? It's up here. I'm doing scenario 1, entering Dragons Down. It says that my victory condition is gain 12 or more legend points without dying. But it also says there are 30 turns. Now, this is not a multiplayer. Well, this actually says multiplayer 30 turns. In solo, it says retire with 12 or more legend points without dying. If you can get 16 legend points, you are truly a legendary hero. Maybe they just figure on me dying to end the game. Maybe that's how the game ends. You know, I kind of thought that they were 30 turns because I didn't put 2 and 2 together here, multiplayer and solo, two different victory conditions. The multiplayer victory conditions, 30 turns, and then whoever has the most. Solo, you need 12 points before you die. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go until we die, and hopefully we'll have 12 legend points. Now, there were ways to get legend points that I read. I don't think I got them for taking that treasure, did I? Legend point scoring. Killing the Great Worm. Trade action at the keep to return the icon of the dragon. All right, these are 3 trade actions. Retiring at the keep. These are legend points in scenario 2. What am I doing? All right, it must be in here. Oh, you know what it is? It's on the card. I forgot. That's right. It's on our card here. Very easy. So there's actually two sides to this card. This one is most important right now because it tells you what I need. So legend points and fame. Reveal an epic treasure. I would get 1 legend point and 5 fame. First to find a treasure site. 1 legend point and 5 fame. I did get 1 legend point because, well, I'm going to be the first to do everything. How do I keep track of legend points? Oh, here's legend. This is hit points. Here's fame. I'm not sure how to keep track of legend points. Maybe I should make another counter for it. It didn't drop it. Now I could just copy this one. We'll put this one out over here and make it a different color. Trying to make it a different color. Color tint. That ain't working. I forgot how to make them different colors. Well, anyway, I could always name it legend points. And then on the bottom in the description, need 12 to win. So we got 1 legend point. And this is our action. I thought I labeled this last time. Action for actions. Oops. Per turn. All right. Actually going to make this one bigger too so I don't get confused and start clicking one or the other. Good. All right, learn a spell with a matching cube. I'm never going to get that one because I'm a warrior. I don't know magic. Dwarven Ruins, Forgotten City. Kill a monster or native. Kill a hero. I'm not going to get that one. Missions. They're variable on cards. Titles, retirement. 1 legend point for every 10 fame spent. Hero alive on map at the game end. All right. So I don't have to worry about turns. Let's do turn 2. I'm just thinking now. The rest of the world here stays empty and nothing happens just because there's not a hero on it. That's strange, and I'm not sure if that's the case, but that's how I'm going to play it right now. Alright, so in my second turn, I'm going to move to this mountain tile. Oh, getting ahead of myself. First thing I have to do is clear this. We'll go back to actions while I was there. It says that all heroes clear their statuses and become unblocked. Determine the active hero. That's going to be me. And now I perform my actions. So I moved. That is going to take 2 actions because it is a mountain tile. And now I'm going to search for a hidden passage. The search dice are out on the table. I rolled already. Looking for the magnifying glasses. I got 1. Okay, so I'm going to... That was 1 action. I'm going to spend... should I spend my last action to search or to sneak? I think I'm going to have to spend my last action to sneak. I don't want to take any chances. So I'm done. Monster phase. All right. Did not get any symbols for the barons, so I might as well just not do anything in monster phase? I mean, that doesn't seem right to me, but that's what I read. And that's actually what I saw in the gameplay example. I didn't see them spawning monsters on other tiles where there were no heroes. If the symbol on either dice matches a summoning symbol on a map tile containing a hero. Yeah. So that's not the case. We're gonna just move on back to our turn, right? Because the monsters don't do anything. Beginning of my turn, I clear my status. And we have 4 actions to start turn 3. First action will be to search. Now, this is not a consecutive search because it is a new turn, so I have to roll these 2 over again. Oh, I didn't get it, but now I could do it again, spend another action, and it just lets me re-roll my miss. I don't have to get 2 in a row again. Alright, I searched the hidden path. How do I know that I've detected the hidden path? Is there a way to signify that in the game? Let's see what it says under search. When a hero searches, they select one of 2 options. They may search for a hidden path that's connected to a clearing, or they may search for a treasure site. You roll 2 dice. If the result shows 2 spyglasses, you found the treasure or hidden path. I don't think there is a way to signify it. I think we're just going to remember that we did that. All right, is that a... Okay, that's a cave, so this is good. I'm going to spend an action to move into the cave. Now, normally, everybody has to spend an additional action to get into a cave tile, similar to moving into mountain tiles, except for the dwarf. The dwarf has a special ability. Dwarves are very comfortable in caves. If a dwarf begins their turn in a cave clearing or enters a cave clearing during their turn, they do not lose an action that turn. So I still have 1 action left because of my nice special ability for being a mountain dweller. And you're going to guess what I'm going to do. Yeah, you guessed it. I'm going to sneak. That's my turn. Battle phase and the monsters activate. That was a poor roll. Uh-oh. I did roll something that is going to affect us. Alright, so I did roll juvenile dragons. That is this symbol on the tile. I don't know how I just zoomed in that far. Okay, I guess what zooms in like that? Oh, the middle mouse button. And because I rolled a 1, the other gray dies a 1. 1 juvenile dragon is going to spawn on my clearing. Let's just reread to make sure we're doing it right. Okay, no monsters moved. There's nothing on the board. The monster type shown on the tile next to the summoning symbol will summon from the monster tray to the map tile. If more than 1 hero is in the tile, monsters are summoned in each clearing, starting with the player closest to the start player in turn order. Each clearing summons only once, regardless of the number of heroes there. The number of monsters summoned is equal to the number shown on the die that matches the color of that symbol, which is a 1. I rolled a 1. Randomly select that many matching monsters from the monster tray and place them in the clearing with the hero. If the monster listed on the map has a white and black dual dice icon, then the number of monsters summoned to the tile is the sum of both numbered dice. Did it have that? No, it doesn't have that. Alright, I have to look for a juvenile dragon. Where are they? Those are the characters. These are the classes. These are the spells, right? Here we go. Juvenile Dragon. Are they all the same or are they different? It says they randomly take one, but they look all the same. Where am I? All right. The other symbol is here, and I don't... Oh, here. It's ogres. In Tri-Peaks, there's ogres. You know, when I heard that these are... The black ones are called local monsters, and the gray ones are called wandering monsters, I immediately in my head thought that the black dice would spawn where there's a hero, and the gray dice would spawn no matter what in whatever symbol is shown. That's what I made sense of the naming, but I'm still not sure if that's right. Even though it's written right here in the rules, it just doesn't seem right. I guess because it's a one-player game. I mean, if there's 2 or 3 players, we'd probably be seeing a lot more spawning. Here's an example. The Enchanter is the first player, followed by the Sorcerer, Barbarian, Cleric, and then Druid. The Enchanter rolls the summoning dice, resulting in a claw symbol for the local monster die, which are the black ones. A malevolent mountain symbol for the wandering monster die. That's like the one we just rolled, the mountain symbol. And rolled a 1 for both numbered dice. So now they have to see who goes first. It's going to be the Enchanter. The Enchanter and Sorcerer, where are they? It's hard to tell here. If I really zoom, everything gets blurry. And I'm not familiar with the symbols on the tokens, so I really don't know who's who. But I'm guessing it's in Secret Dens because the Enchanter and the Sorcerer are up here. So it says that there are no monsters because there are no movements because there are no monsters present. And then it says the goblins have dual dice icon. So where is that? There's the dual dice icon by my hand. I don't know if you can see it. It's blurry. It's all blurred out. So that means they take the sum of both these dice. So it'll be 2 monsters instead of 1. And they're summoned on the same clearing. Okay. The Barbarians tile. I think that's this one here. That's in the Lonely Mountain. It looks like there's already a griffin there. So it says the griffin is already in Lonely Mountains and it moves to the Barbarians clearing. That's the yellow arrow. And then monsters summon. 2 monsters. Why do 2 monsters summon? Oh, because we're still working with the same dice. But wait a minute, but this doesn't have that double dice icon. Let me read. The monster for the Lonely Mountains are griffins and juvenile dragons. Neither has the dual dice icon next to their symbol, so 1 of each is summoned. I see. They roll. They had a bad roll, and they actually rolled both. They rolled both symbols, so that's why they got 2 monsters. All right, I get the idea, and I think I'm doing it right. So there's a juvenile dragon on my clearing, and let's see what he does. There's combat. Combat is completed for each clearing containing 1 or more heroes, beginning with the clearing of the start player and proceeding in turn order. Clearings without heroes are ignored. Most often combat can be done simultaneously. Combat occurs even if no monsters are present. This allows heroes to cast spells and perform the cleanup step of combat even if alone in a clearing. Alright, so let's read Ambush. Hidden heroes may not do the target hero tactics or resolve steps of combat. I'm not hidden yet, so let's move on. The combat steps in each clearing are as follows. In player order, hidden heroes. I'm not hidden. Now, each monster challenges a random unhidden hero or a monster controlled by a hero in a clearing. Activation. A hero under the effects of an inactive permanent spell may move a magic cube matching the color of the spell type from their healthy box to their wounded box to cause the spell to take effect immediately. Spells and wounds are explained later. Okay, here's what I want to do. Evade. In player order, heroes may evade combat if they can place more brown speed cubes in their maneuver speed boxes than the highest single maneuver speed of all monsters that are challenging them. If the player cannot place enough brown speed cubes in the maneuver speed boxes, the hero may not evade combat. Heroes that evade take no further part in combat and are placed on a path leading out of the clearing of the player's choice. Next turn, they must move as their first action, return the cubes to their healthy box. Alright, so that makes sense to me, but now it doesn't make sense what sneak does for me. Sneak. Ignore one failure result on all hide die rolls this turn. Oh, I understand. No, that's different. I'm not evading. I'm hiding. Because hiding is a reaction. It's something that I can only do now because there are triggers for it. So in order to hide, I have to have this trigger. A monster blocks a hero during the action phase. No, that didn't happen. At the end of monster activation, that just happened. So how do I hide? Roll 2 monster dice. If a monster icon is rolled on either of the dice, the hide action fails and the block is successful. If there are no monster icons in the result, the hero gains the hidden status and the block has no effect. Place a pink cube in the hidden box on the hero board. If the hero took the sneak action this turn, they may ignore one monster icon when determining success or failure. Did I put my cube in the right place? I don't think so. That's sneak, right? And this one here with the outline is hide. All right, so this doesn't cost any actions. It's a reaction. I'm going to take the monster dice and I'm going to fling them, and hopefully I don't get doubles. Oh, if I get doubles, I'm blocked. But because I'm sneaking, I could ignore one. I got doubles. So I could ignore one of these, but one of them still shows up. So I am blocked. All right, reading further then. Now I can evade. Now I'm evading. So let's do what it said, which is moving brown cubes. I have to place more brown cubes in my maneuver speed box than the highest single maneuver speed of all monsters challenging. So what is the speed of the dragon challenging? It is speed 2. I'm guessing because it looks like that's the speed icon just because it's got the wings on it. But let's check the book. I'm sure that there is going to be an explanation of the token somewhere. Yes. Oh, I'm wrong. That's health. What is speed? Speed is the brown cube. I think the wings just mean it's a flyer. Why would it be next to health, though? So there's the name of the mob, Knight Leader. Its attack length. It's a 10. Damage. He's got 3 plus 1 for his sword. Attack speed is 2. Oh, maneuver speed is 1. Okay, they're both listed on that brown cube. His health is 3. He's armored. He's got an 11 fame value. And summoning... I don't know what that means. used in a future expansion. Okay, we're not going to pay attention to that then. All right, so let's check to see his speed. Where am I? His speed is a 2. So I have to move 3 cubes, right? Because it said I have to move more than evade. Place more speed cubes in the maneuver speed boxes than the highest single maneuver speed of all monsters. Yeah, so I have 4 speed boxes or cubes. Where is the speed box? That's what I want to know. Where is the speed box? Let's see if it shows. Yeah. Evade. Okay, neither the knight nor the barbarian can play more maneuver cubes than the monsters challenging them, so neither of them may evade. Well, that doesn't help me. That doesn't help me at all. Oh, is it on my card? No. Let's see. Maybe there's an explanation of the player mat somewhere. Yes. Healthy box, wounded box. Miscellaneous storage. I don't see it anywhere. Play in player order. Players. Heroes may evade combat if they can place more brown cubes in their maneuver speed boxes than the highest single maneuver speed of all monsters. Okay. Maneuver speed boxes. All right, let me take a look at the cards. The character cards may have some hints on them. That's not a character card. Nope. Weird. There's no explanation of character cards. It's got to be in here. Here it is. Right up here in front of my face. Attack speed boxes, maneuver speed boxes. So here they are right here. They have these symbols on them. I should have noticed with the symbols. Health, attack, maneuver. Yes, sometimes I could really be a dummy. So how many speed boxes do I even have? I have 3, which is just enough. Let me lock my cards down. That's just enough. So these 3 cubes go there, and I'm able to evade the juvenile dragon. All right. I don't have to target. I'm not using tactics. Here, heroes that evade take no further part in combat and are placed on a path leading out of the clearing of the player's choice. Next turn they must move as their first action, return the cubes to the healthy box. Evaded monsters do not challenge other heroes this combat round. Alright, so let me move myself in between, like that. and that would be the end of the round. So let me get my 4 actions back, and I will start. I'll do one more turn. Obviously, I have to do my first action, which is going to be a move. I'm not going back into where that dragon is. I'm going to go into this cave, mountain clearing, which is going to cost me 2 actions. All right, and it's a bummer because I wanted to kind of get into one of the cave clearings to see. Well, I did see what was in this cave clearing. Nothing but a dragon. For my next move, I could spend both actions to get to this mountain clearing and clearing number 2. That would leave me a little vulnerable because I would not have sneak. This should be reset. I would not have sneak. Now, sneak didn't help me last turn, but I mean, it really should help. So I am going to, let me just check to see what my options are here. Top of the player board shows you your actions, right? So you can sneak, move, search, loot, learn, rest, trade, enchant, or explore. I'm not going to do any exploring this scenario because it's pre-built. So I guess I'm going to just sneak. All right, there's not much else I could do because I don't want to move and be left without a sneak cube here. And then I guess I'll just sacrifice my last turn because I can't move. I don't have enough movement now. And I don't see anything else useful that I can do here right now. What is alert? Let's read what alert is. The alert action allows a hero to unequip and equip all their possessions. Additionally, during combat this turn, the hero may use +1 speed cube during each round of combat. Place a pink status cube on the alert box. Okay, that won't help me. So we go back to the battle phase. Let me just... Okay. Yeah, the first thing we do is roll dice. We don't have to check any conditions or anything like that. We just roll these dice. Hopefully the dragon doesn't move, and hopefully we don't get anything spawning on us. Doesn't look like we got any spawns. I don't recognize these symbols. Well, let's double check. Still here on the Barrens. So I'm looking for the mountain symbol and this giant symbol, and I don't see them. That's a Christmas tree symbol. All right. Now, let's read about movement. Monsters in a clearing with a hero do not move. All other monsters that are on the map tile are moved to the clearing of the hero on the map tile that is closest to the start player. So it's going to be me, obviously, but here's what I counted on, or here's what I thought about last turn. Moving away from that monster into clearing 2 would have kept me out of range, and he wouldn't have chased me. But I also would have been at the risk of another monster spawning on me without search and then having to do combat. Although these cubes should have cleared. That cleared at the beginning of my turn. I could have tried to evade, but what if the monster had evade 3? I can only put 3 cubes here. Any monster with a 3 speed, or what was the stat of the monster? I forget what it was called. Only speed 1 and 2 I can evade from. So that was the dilemma. So he's going to move on to me on this clearing, and that triggers the reaction, which is hide right here, which allows me to roll the monster dice, and once again I am sneaking, so I need to not roll doubles. And oh my god, I rolled doubles again. I rolled doubles twice in a row with these things. Alright, well, what are you going to do? It finds me, but yeah, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to evade again. 1, 2, 3. and I'm actually on the bridge, right? On the bridge would be between the clearings, and he's there. Cleanup phase. It did say cleanup phase in combat happens regardless of whether there's combat or not. So just a quick read through. Adjust equipment. A hero that did not cast a spell or use an item or treasure this combat round may unequip one card and equip one card. Rearm. A hero that threw a melee or ranged weapon may equip one card from their backpack to the vacated weapon location on their board. Hide. If a hero cast a spell or used an item or treasure this combat round, they must roll to stay hidden. Heroes that fail to hide are unhidden for all purposes for the remainder of combat. Note, heroes that performed a sneak action this turn may not ignore any noise results on this hide attempt. The halfling's lineage advantage may not be used to reroll a monster die. Spell's wound. If a hero had cast a spell in a spell box containing a wound symbol, that cube is moved to the wounded box. All remaining action cubes are placed in the hero's healthy box. If 2 consecutive rounds of combat occur without any hero or monster taking a wound or dying, combat ends in the clearing for the turn. Otherwise, proceed to step 1 of combat. Alright. It's going to be my turn. Clear the cubes. So this is very much a... what do you call it? Combat is like a known thing. If you know what the numbers are, you can figure it out. At least for the evade part. We'll see what happens when I actually fight something. That might be different. That might be a little more luck-based. I have a feeling it's going to be. So this will start my next round. I am obliged to move again, but I'm not going to take this round. I'm going to call it here. Almost an hour into the second session of learning the game, but I think I made some more progress here. I learned some more rules, or at least I clarified some more rules. What I'm going to do in the next session is make my way through the Barrens, down to clearing 2, into the forest of clearing 4, and then up north, and I'm going to try and go see that scholar. Hopefully, though, I can gain some money before I get up there, because I have a feeling he's going to have things for sale, and I'm going to want to buy it. The dwarf doesn't especially start with a lot of gold. I think in a video that I watched, it was with Paul Grogan and the actual creator of the game, Scott Demers. His character started with like 16 or 17 gold. I was like, well, what the heck? Am I supposed to multiply these two numbers? I mean, I'm just counting the coins here, right? This is the coin symbol, I think. Otherwise, how would I know how much to start with? Anyway. Yeah, Dragons Down, very cool game. Well, I really enjoy it, even though I'm learning it, and it's kind of painful to learn these types of games. Well, if you think this is hard, you should try learning Magic Realm. What a struggle. But I am determined to do it. In fact, that is one of my New Year's resolutions for 2025. I am going to learn Magic Realm. I'm going to put the actual physical copy on a table, and I'm going to take the time. I'm going to learn it. And then if I can get it up on Tabletop Simulator, I will run through it as well there. I don't know if the mod is going to be similar to my game, because I have the original 1979 edition. All the pieces have been redone, especially on Tabletop Simulator. But yeah, cool game. It's not available. I tried to buy this. After I found out about this, and after I fired it up here on Tabletop Simulator and got a feel for it, even though I don't know all the rules and haven't played through a game, I knew this was right up my alley. So I went looking for it. It is not available. I tried Mr. B Games, out of stock. I looked at Kickstarter. There's nothing yet. Although I heard that there may be another run coming up, maybe next year. And I searched some other online games. My local shops do not have it. So that's a bummer. But it's here on Tabletop Simulator. You can play it. All right. That'll do it for this session of Dragons Down. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are learning the game a little bit. I hope I could be of some help doing that. And I hope you join me next time when I get further into the Dwarf Warriors adventure, trying to gain legend points and fame. All right, you have a good day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.